Hey guys, Trip here, and I'm back with another Minecraft video. This one's a little different. It's not anything to do with Stranger Things. I just got a couple requests to do just a tutorial on how I build houses. So I'm just gonna do that. So when I'm building houses, I usually think of it as if it was a real structure. So you always want to start with the foundation, or in this case, wood, which is gonna hold up the house. So yeah, I'm just going around, and I'm usually I use kind of like a 3x3 pattern for the foundation, but I went a bit different. I went a 3x4, so 3 across the way and 4 up the way, and I'm just connecting all the dots to make an interesting shape for a house. And then I'm going for a more medieval looking house, so I'm going to bring out these beams, and they kind of act as beams that would go across. If it was a real house, it would go across the floor, and it would hold the floor up, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one. And I just made this one a 3x3. And then I'm going around with a ledge, which is going to hold the second wall up. There's going to be one away from the wall on the bottom. Just to give a bit of what's the word for it? Just to make it a bit different. So I'm going around with stone on the bottom, because stone's going to be stronger than whatever we're using for the top. And this is the bottom floor, so we need something that's stronger. So I'm going around with cobblestone, just to, and adding the little windows in as well. And yeah, so usually I like to add a bit of a kind of something that transitions from the house into the landscape. So if this was on like a hill or something, I would want to put a decking in. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a little deck. So I'm using spruce wood. I'm just going all the way around. I'm going to go all the way around again. I feel like adding a deck into your house, or even if you just added like a garden, obviously you need a garden, it just something to blend it into the landscape always makes it look nice. So I'm going around with some wood so I can put the fence in. And here's a little thing I learned from Green. Of course you probably know who Green is, so you probably already know this. But if you place cobblestone walls, and then you place 3 fences and then a cobblestone wall again, so 3 fences in between what I'm placing right now, the middle fence, the gate, sorry, gates, not fences, the middle fence gate will raise higher than the other ones, which gives a really cool effect. So yeah, if you want to use that, definitely use that, because it's a good thing. Okay, so we're moving on to the second floor now, and I decided that I want to use bone, but you don't have to use bone. You could use any color you want. It doesn't have to be white, but you want it to be a color on the second floor. If you're building a house, it's this kind of style. So yeah, we're gonna. Usually these houses have kind of white, and they have white walls with black foundation, or wood. So yeah, I'm just doing the same thing as I did on the first floor, and I'm just making a space for the windows. Now, I'm going to start marking out the roof. Now, the roof is probably the hardest part of this build, but once you get the gist of it down, it's fine. So I'm just going around the corners, kind of making this V shape so I can connect all the roofs. And now what I'm going to go do is what's this called? The overhang. So this is a pattern that a lot of people use. It's a block, a stair, an upside down stair on the side of it, a block, a stair, an upside down stair on the side of it, and it just keeps going, and it gives kind of a high roof. And then at the top you just put an upside down stair facing out the way. So usually I split the roof into places where I can, if it's even on the opposite side, I could hopefully connect the opposite side. So I make more than one arch, but it's still the same roof. Now that might be hard to understand, but you'll see. It's hard for me to explain, but you'll see what happens. So basically, I'm just going around splitting the roof into pieces of the frame, and I decided this bit could probably be a bigger one, because the side on the opposite side of this, the direct opposite side of this, is the same size. So I would be able to make 2 big frames, and then 4 little ones on the other sides, because it's kind of like a rectangle. So I went around to the other side, and then I made it even, so there's two massive arches that are parallel or opposite each other. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the 4 arches that are on the left hand side. So here is a little corner bit, which was kind of confusing to do, but when you get to places like this, you just kind of need to improvise, and it's kind of a trial and error thing. So there's not really anything I could say about that. But I did go on and do the arches, so yep, and it's literally just doing the same thing on the other side. And then really is. It's once you get this kind of technique down, it's really easy, and it does make your houses look really cool, and it gives them quite a bit of variety. So now I'm just bringing up the wall that's behind the arches, so it's not just, you know, empty. It would get kind of breezy in the house. I'm just going to do that all the way around. Also, in the big arches, I just continued the wood, just so it gave it a bit of continuity. So yeah, I get to bring that around. And then, what am I doing here? I can't actually see. I'm trying out this new time-lapse thing, and I really enjoy it. I think it looks smart. So, now it's the roof. You always start with the bricks rather than the stairs. So you need a brick variant and a stair variant of whatever block you want to use. So, now what you do is, you know how we had the pattern, it was a brick stair, a brick stair? Well, wherever you've placed a brick, you need to bring the brick of the roof, the brick variant of the roof block, you need to bring that back and see if you can connect it via a V shape to another roof arch that's on the roof. Now, I'm definitely going to do another video explaining this, because it's hard for me to explain right now. But I hope you can see what I'm doing right here. This is just the blocks, and I'm connecting it with the blocks, and then I'm going to soften the kind of the arch of it using stairs. So I'm literally just putting in the roof with blocks, and then I'm changing it to be more of a slow slant down with stairs. So yeah, and again with the kind of the bit where I had to improvise with the arch, that bit again you need to improvise with, and you just need to kind of think, well, if this was a real house, what would people do? Or what would an architect do in this situation? And I'm not saying I'm an architect, but I'm just thinking what would be logical in this situation. That's usually what I like to think about when I'm building houses, unless I'm building one of those crazy ones, like the crazy futuristic ones. Then of course that can all get thrown out the window. So now I'm just connecting the roof arches to the center kind of big roof, to give it, I don't even know what it is, kind of like an outline to the roof, as if you're drawing a cartoon stickman and then you colour them in. We've kind of drawn the outline of the roof, and then we've coloured it in with the, what are these, I don't know what they're called, C blocks. It'll come back to me. So yeah, once I've added that, I'm going to go in with the windows, and I've decided that I want to make the windows two blocks high, since the walls are really tall. So yeah, I had to cut out the bit where I done the windows because there was a mistake in the recording. But basically, what I done was I put a block in the middle, two blocks on top of each other in the middle, and then I put glass panes on the side to give it kind of an arched window feel. And then I put the top of the window on top of that to give it kind of a cross-off effect, just to put it on. Well, obviously it's more like the outline of a window. And so I'll put this to nighttime. See what it looks like. So obviously I put these houses to nighttime so I could light them up. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that right here. So place a lantern here and here. Okay. Alright, so now I'm just placing barrels around, just to give it a bit more detail. And now I'm placing lighting on the barrels, just so we could give a bit more light. And on the bottom floor I used fences. For the windows. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will definitely be doing a part 2 to this, because I enjoyed making this, and I want to add so much more. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.